At 6:30, we'll go ahead and call our public hearing meeting to order. This time, let's all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let's bow our heads, please. Amen. This is a public hearing tonight about the proposed budget. So we'll be here. We're going to listen to everybody's comments and requests and take notes of that. So first on the list tonight is Mr. Johnny Wishaw. Stacey Barker.
In crime here.
Very good.
We're here on behalf of the Alleghany Agricultural Fair. We would like to discuss, I guess, the county appropriations for our committee. There are two different things that we normally get money from the commissioners for, and that would be, number one would be the Ag Recognition Dinner. I believe we normally ask for $5,000. I think y'all have appropriated, from what I understand, $4,000. We've looked at our budget. We appreciate it, and we can live with that. So we're not asking for any more money for that. I think we can make that work. The second thing that I would like to discuss, I guess, would be the County Agricultural Fair. I've got some facts and figures. I can run through a few of them. I think I've presented them to you all before. If you'd like to hear them, I'll be glad to, or I could give them to Drew and she can make copies for y'all to discuss later. But I'll kind of hit some highlights if that's all right, Bill.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So last year, if we took the gate admissions number, and we did have some free admissions, but because we had free admissions because we had some very generous sponsors, and they got some so many free tickets to go with that. But we are close to 4,500 folks who attended this fair. I heard some really good comments. I think it was a great success last year. Our total receipts last year was $48,811. And again, I can get you all the final draft copy of this. We had a lot of expenses that go along with that, and I'll just highlight the biggest expense. To have a county fair and to get the people here, you got to have the rides. The rides last year were $36,500. We don't have the figures yet for this year, but I suspect, like everything else, it'll probably be more. A few other, and we'll come back to the money part, I guess. In addition to folks coming there for the rides and that kind of thing, it is a county agriculture fair. We had a total of 323 exhibits from 183 exhibitors last year. So I thought that was really good, especially for, I won't say this is the first time we've had a county fair, it's not, but there's been a big gap in between. Mother Nature was good to us last year, no doubt. But Bill, I know you worked the gate some, and we were there, and I've heard nothing but good comments. I won't just keep harping on it. I guess the main thing is we had asked for $10,000. I think maybe y'all have said you could give us $5,000, we'd really like to get it back up to that $10,000. We look at the county as our main partner in this, our main sponsor in this, and with increased expenses, we'd have to take a hard look at whether we could do it or not. So I would respectfully request that you would bring us back up to our requested amount. And I will also say that I appreciate what y'all are doing, and I'm not trying to suck up to you. I wouldn't have your job. So, but I appreciate any consideration that you could give the county ag fair for our full amount. I'll be glad to answer questions, and if I don't know the answer, I'll be glad to get the answers for you.
Do you have any questions? Appreciate your coming and explaining everything to us, and we will take this into consideration. Certainly will.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Ryan Edwards.
Good evening. On behalf of the Alleghany Chamber for Economic Development, I would like to thank you for this opportunity to address the board regarding the 22-23 proposed budget. Also, on behalf of Mr. Ricky Brown, Chairman of the Alleghany Chamber for Economic Development, he sends his regrets that he cannot attend this evening. He contracted the COVID virus a few days ago, and he continues to recover, but he is still under quarantine, therefore not able to attend this evening. The 21-22 budget appropriation to the Chamber was $49,474. The request this year was for $50,000 for the Chamber for Economic Development and $5,000 toward the operation of the Vista Center. The proposed budget is $27,220, a reduction of $22,780 from the requested amount. The request for $5,000, we also requested $5,000 toward the operation of the Vista Center. The proposed budget is $22,780, less than the requested amount, and the request for $5,000 toward the operation of the Visitor Center was not addressed. I'll take just a couple of minutes to review some of the highlights of the Chamber scope of work from the past year. In marketing, we had a solid marketing program representing Alleghany County, as was presented by Ms. Lisa Bottomley at the December Commissioners meeting. She outlined in great detail presentation what her scope of work for the previous year included. Next, the publication of the Alleghany magazine that is distributed to visitor centers in neighboring counties, as well as placed in local restaurants, retail businesses throughout the county, and with local real estate offices for distribution to individuals doing business and looking to purchase real estate in our county. We have seen an increase in local sales tax and a significant increase in the occupancy tax. The Chamber works closely with the TDA to ensure that local events are marketed and advertised to maximize attendance at sponsored events. Under the events, last summer, the Chamber managed 4 Music on Main events held downtown. All of the events were very well attended and I believe very successful. Next, the Chamber hosted a very successful Mountain Heritage Festival in September and 2 successful parades in July and December for the Christmas parade. Our Chamber banquet is scheduled for this Saturday evening at Oboe Club. Ticket sales have been very good, and we expect a good turnout and a very enjoyable evening. We will be recognizing our business community with 4 very special awards of recognition. For the Chamber of Commerce, we currently have 290 members. Those are businesses and individuals that live and work here in our county. Member services include ribbon cuttings, open house events, and information. Next, we have the Visitor Center operations. We maintain a very active visitor engagement. We share information about local activities and provide information to visitors about our local businesses. We house and maintain public restroom facilities for visitors and tourists as well as local shoppers. Under economic development activities, the Chamber helped lead the creative placemaking effort, leading to a community action plan that will be undertaken by the town. In partnership with Wilkes Community College, we worked on a Golden Leaf grant application for a tech hub center to be located in Alleghany County. The project was not funded by Golden Leaf, but the proposal evolved into the program now known as NC Tech Pass. The initial program will be housed in Wilkesboro, but Alleghany is poised to get the first satellite office to be located in the Business Development Center. We attended multiple economic conferences: Rural Day, sponsored by the North Carolina Rural Economic Development Center in Raleigh, an Outdoor Industry Development Conference in Cherokee, tourism development conferences in Wilmington and Hilton Head, and I am in regular contact with Mr. Bill Slagle with the Economic Development Partnership of North Carolina. We have established the Industrial Agricultural Council and the Merchants Council to help existing businesses with issues or problems they may be dealing with. We led the historic preservation efforts to get the designation for Sparta's Historic District designation. The Chamber for Economic Development wants to be a full partner with the county and the town to promote economic growth within our county, help our existing businesses and industries to grow from within. We will make every effort to do that. We respectfully request that the board consider reinstating the full funding to the Chamber for Economic Development at the requested amount of $50,000 and to fund the Vista Center in the amount of $5,000. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you, Brian. Anybody have any questions? Thank you, Brian. It's the only people we have listed here to talk, so finding this down, tonight, these requests will go to back to the Budget Committee, and then it'll come back to the board, so.
Question if there were any others that are present that
Anybody else present that has any more requests? None? Got anything else? Call for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
you close the public hearing, I can address the other item very quick.
This time, we'll close the public hearing, and Mr. Carter.
The second item tonight was supposed to be awarding of the construction for the temporary tipping floor at the transfer facility. Those bids were due in Friday. Unfortunately, we received no bids for that project, which means we will have to rebid this project. With the timing of it now, I will say that it is, in my mind, impossible for us to have the project awarded, paid, and finished by the end of the fiscal year. The temporary tipping floor is essential to allow for the renovation of the full facility. That has to be done first and not in the other capacity. So I will be talking with the Budget Committee once we meet again and talk about these requests we learned about tonight. But we will need to consider bringing that money that is currently in the budget for that project, amending what has been submitted for next year's proposal in Fund 73 to allow for that construction to occur in that fiscal year as well. So that is one suggestion that I will throw out now for everyone to think about, but it is just impossible with a window to receive bids, award bids, begin construction, finalize it, and pay out before the end of the fiscal year at this point.
It'll be added on the agenda for.
That will actually be, when we have our Budget Committee, I'll bring that back to light, but that will be, if okay, that will be an amendment to the budget that you have before you to allow for Fund 73 to basically recognize that additional monies that we will be forwarding to the next fiscal year.
Being said, anybody have anything to add? If not,
Motion to adjourn.
got a motion here, a second. All in favor? Thank everybody for coming.